Okay, so it's time for our rhyme of the week, and I'm really excited to give you this rhyme this week because it is about a pirate. Yes, I'm giving you a pirate. Who doesn't like a rhyme about a pirate? I'm gonna be honest, I think they're fun. I do want to say before we start, I apologize in advance. This rhyme is literally a tongue twister, so I might stumble and bumble over my words. And in my notes, there are a lot of names, a few names, not a lot, but a few, that I'm struggling to pronounce correctly. So if I happen to butcher those names, I apologize. I am doing the best I can with what I have. I might be looking more closely at my notes this time because this one has me a little worried because of the tongue twister and the names. So I apologize if I'm not looking at you and I'm looking at my notes more frequently. Bear with me on this one. But it is a lot of fun and I really hope that you like it. So let's dive in, shall we? The rhyme this week is Peter Piper. See, now you get it. I don't know about you, but I had no idea that apparently there was an original rhyme that we did not learn, or at least I didn't. Surprise! I don't know why I'm surprised. I shouldn't be at this point, but yeah, I'm surprised. So the rhyme that I learned was Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? That is not the original. The original, it feels worse. It does. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. A peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper, where's the peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked? I feel like that's harsh and mean to anybody who has to read that. So, who was Peter Piper? As I said before, he was a pirate. What I didn't say is he's actually a spice pirate. I thought that was kind of fun because, well, who doesn't use spices, right? Right. The most likely source of who Peter Piper is a gentleman named Pierre Poivre, who was an 18th century French horticulturist and smuggler who stole spice plants from Dutch-controlled islands. So in the 1700s, nutmeg and clove were considered to be worth more than gold. They were basically the creme de la creme of spices at the time. And the Dutch East India Company controlled the trade. They basically had a run on it. And Pierre Poivre, also known as Peter Piper, he would stage raids to steal seedlings from Dutch-controlled colonies in the Mallorcas, also known as the Spice Islands. And how he would do that is he would disguise ships, he would bribe locals, and then he would smuggle entire spice crops to break the Dutch monopoly on trade and then reroute that trade through French-controlled Mauritius. Yeah, we're going with that. So Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers isn't just a tongue twister, it's a reference to theft and transport of contraband goods. So when they say pickled, it's being preserved for trade. And then when they say peck, it's a dry volume, usually about 2 gallons of some sort of dry product. So the rhyme is actually about literal product. It's not just cutesy little words or counting. It's actually about literal product. So the rhyme was once an oral record of global piracy, colonial conflict, and botanical espionage. I told you I'd fumble over my words at some point. Any hooser, botanical espionage. So while the rhyme isn't technically dark, I mean, it has pirates, so it's kind of dark. They're doing the things to get the things. So I'd say it's a little dark, but not really. The rhyme itself, anyways. But it's about theft and control of an empire, breaking the Dutch of their control and monopoly on trade and stealing to make your own money. Yeah. So that's basically what the rhyme is about. So not terribly dark, but I'm not quite sure how it became for children because I don't know why any tongue twisters would be for children. I'm going to be honest. So again, while it's not dark in nature, it does have to do with pirates, theft, control, all of those things. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you learned the rhyme like I did or if you knew the original, and keep the rhymes coming because I love them. They are a lot of fun. I add them all to my list. So next week I will be doing a fan pick. So from that list I will be picking a rhyme, and then within the next couple of days we will be going over the results of the poll that I did for the rhymes from my book to see which ones are going to make it on the list. And surprise, we're going to have a surprise guest because we did have a tie and we need to break that tie. So I have someone coming who is going to help us break that tie, and I will post that within the next couple of days. So thanks for listening. I will see you guys all next time. I'm still fumbling over my words, and I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, bye.